people of Biafra. You are all welcome this wonderful day again. Um, as we continue to fight for our freedom, things continue to unfold. From every indication, say no be everything person will come out to tell you before like I used to tell you, action speaks louder than words. And in a situation like this, what we will do we say we go watch the action to see wetin they really play. So if you look at the scenarios as they unfold, you go agree with me that Nigeria to bought over the criminals that were in charge of Nnamdi Kanu uh, legal proceedings. So today, as I dey tell you, the lawyers don't come out, come dey shout. They want drop the case. They no go dey follow go court. The judge waiting they no know because Nigeria want them to play along and they no gree. I greet everybody anywhere you are watching me from, anywhere you are joining me from this morning. I greet you in the name of Chuku Okike, and I welcome you to this wonderful program this morning, this afternoon, this evening. So, according to your location, I greet you wonderfully. You are welcome. So, today, many more reasons they unfold to tell you that you have no choice, because when you listen and really understand what in Nigeria they do, you go find out, you go see, and you go agree with me that the only thing left for you, the only thing left for you is for you to fight and fight and fight. Now, from everything they tell you here now today is that they don't reject their offer, therefore, they are trying to frustrate them, and they are now frustrating them. So we go listen to the programs. We go listen to the voices. You see, now this video we are now about to watch was the same video that this Nnamdi Kanu legal team the interview they were conducted of last time Nnamdi Kanu went to court. But why did the Nigerian media withhold some parts until today? They can't release the other part of it. Now be the thing we would talk. Why they hold some part? Why they no one brings this part out before? Now be waiting and one know, and the waiting and they ask. Waiting you think when made they no one bring out this part of the video before when they bring the other ones? Waiting be that. So to tell you that everything they unfold and you no go understand unless you really you are willing, you need to understand. And I be say you go understand. If you no need to understand, forget it, you no go understand. Before you go understand, you really need to understand. Now the simple truth to be that one. So I want make we true fight for our freedom, because if we no fight for our freedom, our own don't finish. Our own don't finish. Now waiting I tell you be that one. I not tell you say our own go finish. I say our own don't finish. So Biafrans, anyway you did this morning, I welcome you. As you join me, do me one favor, try and share the program, try and like the program, so that other people go fit no say I come line. So please do me this. do me do me that favor. So this morning, I want us to know that the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dey for our hand, whether we like, whether we don't like. Now, for our hand, freedom of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dey. Now, for me and you, handy, na me dey. Whether you like it or whether you no like it, now for our hand in freedom day. So that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu get freed today. Now it dey for your hand. So we go hold ourselves responsible if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu no come out. We go hold ourselves responsible. Like I said before, I greet every one of us this morning once again, and we must continue to do the needful. So from every indication, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lawyers have come out to cry out to say they know they let them do things. If you remember very well, before we watch, make we just talk. If you remember very well, you go remember say initially before when Ifeanyi Ejiofor dey come out every day come dey lament wetin DSS dey do, how DSS dey frustrate am. If you wan go see Nnamdi Kanu, they go do am this one, they go do am this one, until after some time he stop complaining. You remember? That was when the playing game, they don't palm the money complete. So today, the same thing that happened ever since them waiting be named Ifeanyi Ejiofor and Michael Zekome. Ever since they come out, they pursue them, they sack them. These people, Nnemeka, Aloyi, and the legal team, the Nigerian agents, they frustrate them in anything to do with Nnamdi Kanu, to the point that they put recorders inside, that they plant gadgets to record their conversation with Nnamdi Kanu, which is against the human rights law. Even Nigeria, wey no get human rights law, still get this particular one where they tell you now. They record their conversations, secret conversations, which is not supposed. If you go record the secret, how they want go defend themselves? Wetin come be detained where you want go do your own for court? You don't take their expo, you go take and fight them. Nigeria no get justice system. People they suffer, they pay for waiting, they don't know every day by day. Share this video for me, I beg you. Share this video for me. So we go listen to the program before we continue. But I just want make we understand that from the video. Anyway, as we listen, we go explain. The first one I want to play is the summary of the whole thing before we listen to the other one. We go play all of them. Then after we will come back to this particular first one and then listen to it. So let's go.
The leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has yet again complained about their inability to hold a pre-trial conference with Nnamdi Kanu ahead of his trial before Justice Binta Yako of the Federal High Court Abuja due to the unprofessional resistance from the DSS. This time, the team led by Nnamdi Ejiofor says they will no longer defend Mr. Kanu if the court doesn't reinstate his bail or place him on house arrest. The Federal High Court is accused of not being independent, but working under the instructions of the federal government.
Proscribed organization. This legal team is not going to be part of murdering justice in a Nigerian court. over the head of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It does not mean we are going to abandon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but we will, as a group, as a team, abandon a process. We will refuse to be participants in a process that is geared to pre-program the injustice. Nnamdi Kanu is detained by the federal government in breach of the orders of the court. The Supreme Court made an order and gave a direction and made a declaration that the continuous detention of Nnamdi Kanu or the purported revocation of his bail had no basis and no legal legs upon which it stands. So, if the Supreme Court of the land has said so, who is the Federal High Court to say otherwise?
Okay, let's listen to this one before we come back. Like I tell you, because say you get the eye, where would they take see, where you go listen to the news, go see them. So when we come back, this is the summary of the whole thing. Let's listen to the full video.
To know that Nnamdi Kanu is not facing any prosecution. Nnamdi Kanu is facing persecution. Persecution in the sense that since the history of law in Nigeria, it's well established that Nnamdi Kanu is the only defendant in the history of law in Nigeria that does not have adequate time and facility as provided by Section 36 of the Constitution, which gave an accused person a right to have adequate time and facility to defend himself. What do I mean? You recall that some time ago, as his lawyer, when I went to have a discussion with him at the DSSS, my right was violated, I was intimidated, I was stripped to half naked there in DSSS. I rushed back to the Federal High Court and lay my complaint through originating processes. And after looking at all that happened, the court said yes, Nnamdi Kanu's rights was violated, granted all my reliefs, and directed the DSSS to apologize to us and stop intimidating us and to pay me 5 million naira. That particular judgment was not appealed against. That particular judgment is still subsisting and valid. Now, we took the same application to the same Federal High Court, stating the reasons why Nnamdi Kanu should be taken away from DSSS. DSSS is a prosecution. You don't need to have a law degree for you to know that you can never be a judge in your own case. The principle of nemo judice casus. You can never be a judge in your own case. Anytime we went to DSSS to have a discussion with our client Nnamdi Kanu, the DSSS will set up gadgets, send the officials to come and monitor what we are saying. Right from the gate, they will search us. Whatever documents the confidential documents that I'm going with to discuss with my client, they will collect it, take it to the legal department. The legal department will read it, photocopy it, before they will hand it over to us. Whatever minutes I collected from Nnamdi Kanu, as I'm coming out, they will collect it from me and snap it. So, in other words, there is no defense. And we have pleaded time without number that please, if you don't want to release him on bail, send him to Kuje Correctional Center. These are the people that we are trained on how to keep a suspect that is facing trial, and we call them awaiting trial suspects. If you go there, they apply professionalism. They will give you all the necessary materials, provide a secluded place for you to have a discussion with your client. Even those that have been accused of treasonable felony, those that are accused of terrorism, they never treated them like this. Not to talk about a freedom fighter, somebody that is fighting a just cause. Now we approach the same Federal High Court The same Federal High Court refused to hear our application. I am talking about Honorable Justice Minta Nyako. Several applications has been made. In fact, one of them, he said that I'm not going to hear what happened in the other court. He said it. Now, on the last adjourned date, we are crying. Look at our predicament. Somebody that is going to face the trial, we are about to commence trial in line with the Supreme Court judgment. Can you direct these people? Can you direct that Nnamdi Kanu should be transferred to Kuje prison? He refused. She refused. She refused only to tell us that there is no security in Kuje prison, quoting the judge. You pressmen were there on that day. Now, you are now telling us that if Nnamdi Kanu is convicted for whatever charge you have, is he going to serve the prison term at DSSS? The answer is no. Now, what it means is that they kept Nnamdi Kanu there so that Nnamdi Kanu will not have a very fortified defense. This thing you must let the world know, because I saw one person, though I don't want to call him a journalist, because I know those who are journalists. He wrote in social media that Nnamdi Kanu don't want to face trial. These are our challenges. That one is on that. Remember that the Supreme Court also said, after admonishing the judge, I don't want to use the word after insulting the judge. I don't want to use it. I prefer to use the word after admonishing the judge. Say that the judge ought not have revoked his bail. And in the first instance, in other words, impliedly, Supreme Court has reinstated that bail and asked the court to make the pronouncement. But that is where I have an issue, because you don't destroy our jurisprudence because of Nnamdi Kanu. Without Nnamdi Kanu, there must be Nigeria. With or without Nnamdi Kanu. So you don't, whatever thing that we are stating today is going to be a precedent. Now the question there is that what stops Supreme Court judges from exercising their power under Section 6 that gives them unlimited power to reinstate that bail? They referred us to Federal High Court. Now we went to Federal High Court as a surplusage to apply for the bail. The bail was rejected. Now we have now made fresh application asking the court to comply with the Supreme Court. Remember the time when I addressed you people, I told you that what happened in that court that day is an act of Federal High Court setting aside the judgment of the Supreme Court. You don't do it in our own judicial jurisprudence. Now, we have applied. We brought 2 applications now. Either you reinstate that his bail, take him to Kuje prison, or send him to a private house for house arrest. You can take him to Abia State Government House. You can take him to Abia State Liaison Office. You can take him to Imo State Government House. You can take him to Imo State Liaison Office. If you feel that it is even comfortable for you, Mr. Madam George, please, you can send him to your house so that you will be sure what we are talking about. Personally, and I have said it, and I have told Nnamdi Kanu, for the fact that you will be here, I have not prepared you for this trial. I, Maxwell Opera, will not come to defend you, because I don't defend people because I want to defend people. I defend people so as to get your own side of the story and advise you accordingly in line with the rules of my profession. I have not heard from Nnamdi Kanu. I have not advised him, and I want him to go and defend the first trial. First trial for what? So you people should. So if the judge failed to reinstate his bail, send him to Kuje Correctional Center, send him to a private house for house arrest, then we are pulling out. You people should have it. We are not going to, so that not when we pull out on that day, you say that we abandon Nnamdi Kanu in court. No. Because the question my colleagues, everybody will ask me, when you are having these challenges, why do you still go ahead? It's just like where you are traveling, and they told you that their armed robbers are on the road, kidnappers are on the road. Instead of you to withdraw and probably suspend that travel, you continued. And when you died, everybody will blame you. That one is on that. Now, on the proscription of IPOB, I want to also use this medium to correct you media people, because we will begin to take legal action against you people. When you call IPOB an upload or proscribed IPOB, IPOB's proscription is being challenged. And once it's been challenged, you dare not call IPOB a proscribed organization. I am also using the case of Nnamdi Kanu and federal government of Nigeria, because when Nnamdi Kanu was ordered for his release, nobody released him. Nobody released him. So federal government held on him until they filed their notice of appeal. So it's been challenged. And I also enjoy you people. We have been able to raise it in black and white for you people so that it will be easy for you. IPOB is an organization registered there in Germany, registered there in almost all the whole countries in Europe, in America, and Asia, with people that are responsible. I'm talking about professors, I'm talking about reverend fathers, reverend pastors, I'm talking about captain of industries that are members. And IPOB has its own aims and objective. It's in black and white. What they are looking for is there. IPOB paid their dues. IPOB, they have their meetings. Anytime they are going to have their meetings in all these countries, they normally apply, and federal government normally provides security for them, and they have their minutes. So that some persons are using the name of IPOB to commit crime, to commit terrorism, does not mean that IPOB is a terrorist organization. What do I mean? I'm a member of Nigerian Bar Association. If I use the name of Nigerian Bar Association to go and commit act of terrorism, that does not make Nigerian Bar Association a terrorist organization. In fact, for your information, if the NBA president, Mekau, who is the NBA president, #1 lawyer in Nigeria, use the name of our organization to go and commit a terrorism organization, that does not make NBA a terrorist organization. What makes you a terrorist organization is their aims and objective. That you refuse to register IPOB in Nigeria because of their personal animosity is not a grant for you to look at an association that is registered in a country that is more responsible than this country, and you call it a terrorist organization. So you people have to be very careful, because those of them in diaspora that are members of IPOB, they may take you on that. Finally, when Atlaw, the immediate past president, came into power to destroy this country, of course everybody knew that Buhari never come to rule the country. He came to fight. And when Jonathan discovered that he came to fight, he left power for him, and he misused that power. He never obeyed God's orders. And we now take it from him that because of his mentality, because of his military background, now that we have a Democrat, I'm talking about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is a Democrat. I worked with him as a student during Nadeko, when my uncle, Professor Edward Oproji, was there. And we worked together. So we felt that as a Democrat he's supposed to reveal all the atrocities that is being committed by President Muhammad Buhari. Then, now, instead of him going by his renewed hope agenda to reveal all this, and said, no, when you are calling an organization that is not a terrorist organization in your country, you are destroying the country. And that was one of the worst acts and the decisions taken by Buhari and the Attorney General of the Federation, Malami. The worst SAN I have ever seen in the whole world. Now, that you don't declare somebody, an organization in your own country, a terrorist organization, you are now impliedly telling people that you are a terrorist country, and the people should not come to invest. Nobody would like to come and invest in a terrorist country. If they ask you to go and invest in Afghanistan, you will not go. And they are simply because they want to clamp down IPOB. And the procedure for declaring an organization, terrorist organization, are being provided. You did not declare Mieti Allah, herdsmen. You did not declare them terrorists. See now, IPOB that you know that never carried arms. IPOB that know that they are following everything procedurally. You now declared. So it is not late. People have been asking, what is the president doing? Mr. President, of course, I never believed in your administration based on your antecedent in Lagos as a governor. That's why I work against you. I voted against you. If opportunity for that it is surface, I will still work against you. But now, you still have an opportunity to amend your ways. Look at all those decisions President Buhari took in respect of this Nnamdi Kanu's matter and the IPOB matter. Look at a way you can apply political solution. Of course, if all those things that gave rise to this particular agitation is being addressed, I don't think that there will be need for agitation. But as you have been going about lopsided appointments, taking decisions as if you are God, it will not solve that particular issue. You arrested Nnamdi Kanu, and somebody is somewhere also agitating. I'm talking about Simon Eba. You have now declared him wanted. Have you arrested him? What did the Finnish government told you when you asked them to repatriate him? So these are the issues you need to cool down and seek advice. The people that meant well for you. Not all those people that are moving around you, trying to pick one or two things. It will help you. Now, having said that, we are calling you, gentlemen of the press, and ask the federal government to comply with the order, and we're also calling the judge. Many people have said it that your conduct in the court that day shows that the judgment, the ruling you gave that day is not from you. I'm talking about that half-page ruling. You gave that and dismissed all the whole applications. You should also reconsider the judiciary first. You reconsider rule of law first, and for us to go forge ahead. Telling Mr. President, you have seen how somebody that was arrested, I'm talking about Wadume, was arrested and he was released. We are talking about to name them, Kabiru Soko them, name a lot of them that were released, not to talk about somebody that is fighting for the right of his people, simply because you feel that he's an Igbo and you think that you can intimidate him. No, nobody intimidates anybody, because after 8 years, after 4 years or 8 years, as the case may be, you will leave, another person will come. So try and do something so that you write your name in the Guinness Book of Record. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, Max, you are welcome this morning. Did you watch the first part? Before we go on, our lawyer Marcus spoke and the other person spoke, but let us take them one after the other. But before we go on, I want us to listen to this again.
Of the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has yet again complained about their inability to hold a pre-trial conference with Nnamdi Kanu ahead of his trial before Justice Binta Yako of the Federal High Court Abuja due to the unprofessional resistance from the DSS. This time, the team led by Nnamdi Ejiofor says they will no longer defend Mr. Kanu if the court doesn't reinstate his bail or place him on house arrest. The Federal High Court is accused of not being independent, but working under the instructions of the federal government.
All right. All right. Okay, Max, if you want to take it on, you can go on now. You're welcome.
Thank you, Mazu. Good morning to you, and I bring to all Biafrans the blessing of my father's ancestral land, the beautiful city of Bolgatanga in the upper eastern part of Ghana. I thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'm so happy, so glad to join you once again this morning. After yesterday, my phone went down. So right now I'm home. We have light in the village, so everything is okay.
You are not in the zoo, of course, so you should have light.
I said
The only people that don't recharge their phone because of low light is Nigeria, let me, because when you call zone, many people don't know what they are talking about. Nigeria. But if I run out of battery, I forgot to charge my phone. If a Ghanaian runs out of battery, they forgot to charge their phone. But if a Nigerian run out of battery in Nigeria, that means there was no light to recharge the phone. Very simple.
Exactly. And
Oh,
in the village, you know, when although we had power issues recently, there is what we call doomso. Doomso in Akan language is doom is off, so is on. That is doom, so, off and on. Doom,
yeah.
so, off and on. Doom
Mm,
on, doom off, so on. So we call it, we use that terminology, doom so.
mm,
So we have been having intermittent, power outages, and if you see the bashing, if you see the energy the people are using, if you see the energy the politicians, if you see the energy the people we elected, eh, are unleashing from their people, from their words to the government, to the company that is responsible for providing electricity. You
mm.
know, we are on prepaid. 80% of Ghanaians are on prepaid. I cannot pay you my money in advance to get electricity, then you will not come and treat me along the line. You will
Yeah.
pay the price for it. So that is the reason. So they are trying, they are begging, they are talking to us. That is the beauty of it. But in Nigeria, they will tell you go to court and nothing will happen. You know, where there is no human face in anything that happens in Nigeria. So that is how it is. Glory be to God that we have a country like Ghana that is, managing their problems. Although we poor, we are very, very poor. We cannot compete or compare ourselves with the big nations like Nigeria, who do not know what to do with what they have. I hope you can hear me.
Very well. I hear you very
Can,
well. Go
can,
on.
can you hear me?
Yes. You can hear me.
Okay, thank
I
you.
can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you now. Yeah, so that is how it is, my people. You see, this video that you just played, I listened to it yesterday, and I wept for my mother's ancestral land and the inhabitants of my mother's ancestral land. What is the difference between, from what I deduced from what this man has just said right now? It means that we are slaves, proper slaves. Maze Ugo. They can do to a slave anything and nothing happens. There will be no consequences. Just like he said, few days or a week ago or thereabout, Wadume was released. The Super Cup was released. And that Super Cup was won. The American government issued extradition order on his head. Nigeria managed it because it's from the northern part of Nigeria. They that control everything, the political power, irrespective of who is there. They control everything at the top. They manage it, and the guy is still enjoying himself in Nigeria. But Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Igboho was also about to be treated the same way they treated Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But Benin Republic stood their ground and said, no, you cannot do this imbecility you did in Kenya against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to our own. Their people rose up against the tyrant that were there before, and they succeeded. But Mazugo and every Biafran that is listening to me today, how do you expect the same person that sold you out to come and bail you? How? How do you expect this prescription? A competent court, I think High Court in Enugu, has ruled that IPOB is not a terrorist group. But you will see these journalists coming out to still say, call IPOB a terrorist group without no consequences. Has the ruling of that High Court in Enugu...
Sorry, yesterday, from the video of Wanduma, I think were you here with me? Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? The journalist was telling the other person, now I think that was yesterday, he was saying that that they are terrorist group, and he became afraid all of a sudden. He said, yes, no terrorist. He said he is a criminal. Yes. If he wasn't a criminal, why was he convicted of kidnapping and armed robbery? He's a criminal. He was afraid of pronouncing Wandume a criminal. He was scared of his life.
Sure now. Sure. See, this is the thing I'm telling you. You sold your own son. You sold your own children to a slave master. A slave master is giving them iron hot marks on their back. And you are there watching, you are afraid, you are crying. You say, no, if I had known, I wouldn't have done this. But now you have no right again to go and take or withdraw your brothers and sisters that you have sold into the hands of a slave master. So what powers now do these people have? What morals do they have? Who prescribed Nnamdi Kanu? Who? Was it the federal government? Was it not the same Igbo politicians? Who sold IPOB? Who sold Nnamdi Kanu? Who are the people that also connived to kidnap him in Kenya? Who? Is it the Fulani people? Was it the Fulani people, I mean to say, that went to Kenya to kidnap? Were they the people that arranged his kidnap? Is it not the same political elites and their cohorts in Biafra land? Willie Obiano, what entered into his mind when he was the governor of Anambra State to suggest that Nnamdi Kanu be prescribed? What? What please the caliphate control system of Nigeria so that they will not see him as a bad person to the north, to the interest of the Fulani caliphate. He quickly prescribed. Now we are paying the price. Thank God also that they are also prosecuting him as well. Idiots that doesn't have sense. You sold your own brother and you think that the buyer will love you. The buyer of your own brother that you sold will treat you as a human being. That is why even their talking from Ohanes and Igbo down has no weight anymore. When they make such comments, look at when Ojukwu was alive. I listened to Ojukwu when he made, that was the first time I heard this vocabulary. Is it a conflagration? It was from our eternal leader Dimo Ojukwu. That time when they were doing this BBC program, Talk About Africa, by one Ghanaian erudite journalist, female journalist called what's his name? This lady, Elizabeth Ohini. Elizabeth Ohini in 1996 in Liberia. Why I was in Liberia then? I was in Liberia then. That time when Ojukwu spoke, Nigeria began to shiver because they know him. He commands respect. He commands serious, people regard him. He was the leader of the Igbo people because he never sold himself to these people. He fought them, he know them. In fact, You know them from A, B to Z. And when that man spoke, people listened. Not these ones. The slave, the slaves that are doing everything in order to please their slave masters, to gain appointment, to get favor from a government that is, harnessing the resources that God, put under your own soil and preventing you from getting what you're supposed to get. This is where, when it gets to this point, I begin to get angry with the South people. All of them. A goose that lays the golden egg. You people have become truck. When you make a huge, when your owner drive you, push you around, and you make so much money for your owner, at the end of it all, you will sleep outside while your owner is inside the house. That is who you are. You don't benefit anything, and you still find it reasonable in your mind to think that these people will love you or will make your life better. People that wants to make sure that they eradicate you, just like the way Iranians and Syrians doesn't want Israel as a nation on the surface of this. It's the same way they are doing to you in Nigeria. They don't want you to exist. They are trying everything. They militarize your place. They subjugate you economically. They fight you what we call economic jihad, and so on and so forth. Wherever your businesses are, they try to bring it down, because the more you make money, the more you make power. Every day by day, they are finding means. If they cannot do it as an individual, they use state apparatuses to deal with you, and you still feel that such a country loves you or will be good for you. They are doing it to Alex Onyema. One other man in Lagos, his businesses, I don't know, I forgot, it's Sunshine. So it's this Sunshine Resort in Lagos. I don't know whether you heard it. Sunshine Resort in Lagos, according to what I heard on the news, is worth over $400 million to $500 million investment the man put there. And it is on the verge of demolition as we speak, because of road. Because of road. And when you see all these things in front of you, flies across your faces, and you still believe that same country will work for you.
Even if it is because of road, do you know that I've seen, even here, when I was in Italy, there was one old useless house. That is the house you can't use. Nobody lives in the house. It was in a center of express road that led from Italy, outside Italy, to what do you call it, Germany or Austria. I saw the house. I was asking my cousin, which kind of useless house be this? Why they no brought this in common for road? He said, you don't understand. He said the person that owns the house refused the government of Italy while they were constructing the road, because he said that is the first house, first upstairs the ancestors left, one of the, in short, of the first within the territory that they built, and it was his great ancestors that left it, so they don't want to lose it. Nobody lives there, but they go there, they clean it, they make it clean all the time. It's in the center of the road. The road got there, have to go like this. The other one have to go like this. It's there in the center, because he refused. After asking him, pleading with him to take compensation, he said no. After asking to sell, he said he will not sell. They have to leave his house for him. But now in Nigeria, let's assume you don't have right to resist or reject the government offer. Did the government offer you any kind of compensation? No. They will destroy your property, beat you on top, throw you into prison. Oh my goodness.
This is what is happening to our people. That is exactly, and that is the reason why all of us are here doing what we are doing, because there is no country that can treat an ethnic group or a group of people that have the same value system in this manner, and those same people, you know, will be gladdened to stay in such a country. That is the reason why we do what we do. So, as they've arrested, just like this lawyer said, you arrested Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa is doing what he's doing. You see, I said it before, I said it yesterday, and I will repeat the same thing here. When they speak to the ear refuses to listen. The day the head cutter will cut off the head, the ear will follow. If Nigeria, if they still have that consciousness of a human being in them, if there is anything of such that still remains in their soul, in the entire body of these people, release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to go. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has never committed any crime punishable by your own constitution, even as bad as that 1999 constitution is. He has not. But you have released people that have committed heinous crime in that country. Kidnapping, slaughtering, dissipation of mutilation, and the killings of people in that country. Extortion and so on and so forth. You have released them. I do not know the moral or the rationale that you have to keep Mazen Nnamdi Kanu there. Even when you are caught, has set him free, have been issued. It is only in Nigeria that a Supreme Court, the highest court on the land, will redirect you to a lower court to start afresh. After agreeing that anomalies, where it was judicial, crucifixion. The way Amana Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, returned to Nigeria. The way Amana, the security operatives enter into his house. The way Amana, his bail was revoked, which is none of his own business or of his own making. You saw all these things. You put them down there, yet you still subject the same man to this kind of illegal detention. I would have suggested that the lawyer should boycott. I will agree with them to boycott and leave Mazen Nnamdi Kanu there. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, like I said before, the life of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in the hands of God, not human being, because the people that are holding this man doesn't want him. It is from the house. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu knows what happened to him. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu knows the people that are responsible. You think that those people that are holding him there are not friends to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? Or you think that they are not telling him what he's supposed to know about? That is what we do. When we were there, that is what we do. Keep a criminal in your house or lock him up for many years and begin to bring him out every morning to beat him. Your children one day will rise up and tell you, say, Daddy, don't do this again. Allow this man to go. They will begin to fraternize with them. If you don't know it now. No matter how you change or rotate the details that have been set, to protect him, to guide him in that particular place. There is nothing. Human being is human nature. After all, those people that wear those uniforms, they are not from outer space. They are human beings. They have blood flowing in them. That is what you people should understand. They are afraid that if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released today, the Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going to give a detailed account to the people responsible for his kidnapping, and will file charges against them. Court suit. You will see, if Mazen Nnamdi come out today, you will see the barrage of suits that will come out from him. For those people, with all the things that they have done, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has never been found guilty. You can't jail him, an innocent man, and you are too proud you cannot allow him to go. Let them boycott the activity, because the judicial system of Nigeria is so corrupt, it's barbaric. It cannot stand the test of time. This kind of judicial system is not, you can't get it anywhere in the world. Even when Libya was alive, I mean, Muammar Gaddafi was alive. Even in Iran, they still uphold the human rights of people. What is happening in Nigeria is a butchering. It's a butchering of judicial system. That is what is happening. And these are the same people that claim that they are learned. People that are suffering from what I call acute dysfunctional literacy. That is what they are suffering. They went to school very well. They have degrees. They have everything. But they don't have the rationale to do what is right. I want them to leave him. I want the lawyers to boycott. Let them leave Nnamdi Kanu. They want him dead. Let the Nnamdi Kanu die there and let them carry the dead body. And let's see. They will revolt. In fact, they are going to how do I put it? They are going to revive the demons that are already sleeping. Think that will allow you to allow something to happen to that man there, and you think that you think that our politicians will behave like our politicians. You are joking. You are joking. You all are joking. We know what we will do. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. You really done justice to whatever it is that need to be done justice. Akos, who is this Akos? I beg, I don't know. Akos, are you a Biafran? Okay, let me see. I'll be ready. Akos, can you hear me? Akos, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Ugo. How are you today?
Okay, sorry, because some fools will come here to do or display rubbish. That's why I want to know. I'm fine, my brother. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you.
Anyway,
Well,
Akos, oh,
yes.
just a moment. You see,
Okay.
from what we've listened so far, number one thing, I want us to understand that from the legal team, the judges, all the judges, the courts do not judge, do not proceed or preside anything other than what the government of Nigeria told them. You heard it that right from the lawyer's mouth. The talk will say the lawyer, the judge, no, they do anything. We no be waiting. If government tell them say postpone them till next year, they go do them. Not because is what is supposed to be done. That is what they said here now, and it is true. And all these things are what we have been saying.
Before my brother come in, before my Namoche comes in, see, what you are saying now is not far-fetched. If you look at the system of Nigeria, he who holds the knife and the yam would decide where to cut it. If the judges were to be appointed by the judicial council themselves, that is, maintain their independence and the autonomy of the judicial system in a situation where the government or the president will not have the right to appoint judges, they will do whatever they want to do. But as long as they are being employed, they are appointees of the appointor. He who pays the piper dictates the tune. Look at what happened in the Court of Appeal, Mazuk. The judges that freed Nnamdi Kanu trash Nigerian government, the terrorist government, trash them, and their everything and their accusation, whatever. What happens to them overnight? They were changed overnight. Some of the allowances were seized by the impostor Buhari that were there. And a new set of judges was formed, set up overnight. Criminal system. Which country? Which same country does that? Which same country does that? In fact, I'm wondering, why the international community that that frowns so much on abuse of human rights of the people, of the indigenous people, will sit down and continue to do business with a terrorist nation that so their attitude, their criminal attitude and abuse to human rights is brazen. It's brazen, and they are still doing business with them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Of course, I will bring you in quickly because I can see you're having some audio problem. Now, I want you to understand from everything, if you listen to what Aloy Jimako and the other Nemeka said, you will understand that these people have been approached. They don't approach them because at the time, Aloy Jimako said, we cannot accept. There was a way he made the statement, but from everything he is saying, two of them were saying, is because they have refused to fall in line with what the government of Nigeria wants. And this is why now they cannot have free conversation with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. This is why now the paper they got, when you talk to your client, there are some facts you jot down. That is the point you need to go to court and defend it with. By the time they come to the gate, the Nigerian agent will collect it from them. So how are you going to defend your clients? That is why they want to withdraw. And they warned the media. They warn them that if you don't stop calling IPOB proscribed, we are going to sue you people because you don't call terrorists Boko Haram proscribed. You don't call ISIS, ISWAP, all of them. Dogo Gide them. Akos, you're welcome back. Okay, you have the mic now. Akos, you have the mic.
It's all right. Ugo, thank you so much. And thank my brother that have spoken earlier.
Now,
You see, we should know what is going on. My brother was talking about the international community, not that's where I want to start from anyway, even though I have other areas.
they go.
International community not to talk about what is going on in Nigeria. Look at Naftali, Hananiah Naftali, that Israeli military. He said everybody is shouting, killing, killing. Is there nobody, you US, Blinken, all Guterres, are you not talking about the killing of Christian and especially the Biafrans? Nobody is talking about it. That guy always mentioned that even when his own country is under threat of demonic underworld Joe Biden. In fact, Joe Biden is a terrible terrorist. His own terrorism he doesn't even have is even worse than their father devil. So you see the problem where it comes from. The international body has been, all those presidents call themselves Macron and the rest, because they have enslaved Africa completely. That was why you see them, they cannot say anything because of the money that they get. And they know quite okay that part of what Donald Trump will do to liberate many people under bondage. That is why you see them, they are persecuting him from all angles. In the history of United States of America, first time a president will go through all this trauma, and yet the man kept winning them. Darkness can never comprehend light. That one is so sure. Nobody can break the word of God. That one is too sure. Now I tell you, Obasanjo was there. This same man that was put under DSS dungeon, kidnapped from sold by his own people, his own, the Sambalat and Tobias that we have in the land of Biafra, sold their own brother and lured him to Kenya. Although he knew, just like when Christ would tell his disciple that let the Judas Iscariot hasten up to do what he want to do, but the rest disciple did not understand. Nnamdi Kanu knew that the time is up, and that was why God used him to put in place all that is necessary to be done, and followed them sheepishly to Kenya. He knew something was going to happen. And they got this man, put him in dungeon, thinking that will end everything. Then one afonshi entori eti daru agbalagba agbaya oshi. Emmanuel Ewayahun, carrying the body of 2 million people in one body and calling himself a human being. Sold his own acclaimed children, placing bounty because they have already told them that you are slave, this is the only way, with all the sugar-coated whatever, I don't know, just to make their own empire, to become rich, forget about the rest, let them die. The Korah, Datan, and Abiram them, that the ground will swallow, including all that 250 families, the first earthquake that ever happened in the world will repeat itself and swallow all of them, because they can never cover the light, the sun not to shine. Possible. Imagine Obasanjo now coming back. The restructuring that Nnamdi Kanu has been shouting then, when he has not even out, okay, we are going our way. He was only talking about restructuring, no presence. The same Obasanjo persecuted people that rose up then in 1999, that they want their country back. He persecuted, the same Obasanjo persecuted Uwazirike, even though Uwazirike might be like the early time of Moses, when the time was not ripe. He was looking for the freedom of his people, and God sent him to an exile for over 40 years. When the time now ripe, he came back. Unfortunately for Uwazirike was not chosen again. He presented himself forcefully because of the anger of what he saw his people are passing through. Then the same Obasanjo shut up his mouth and gave him money. Now, is the same Obasanjo talking via the video phone on weekend in Enugu? Why is it that everything is in Enugu? Everything is Enugu. Uzo one is boiling. They now use that Hitler, the man that went to bow down in Alhaji Muazu's place in Kaduna before they can give him governorship. You think we don't know? All those things are documented. They are ready. Nothing is hidden under the sun. See, this my brother that spoke earlier before I pick up mic. I don't call, number one, I don't call the name of this place because it's not my country. Actually, it's a company. And don't blame the owner of company who will interview their chief executive officer and all other people that will be in position. They only select among the candidates they feel that can do their bidding and make their company to thrive. That was what always happened in Chatham House. So when you see the likes of Obituary, the man that have died, all right, because the word will be in the Igbo language, it's a very sacred word. So we cannot use it on somebody that have come to kill his own people. All right? You claim to be a Peter that cannot catch many fish for the kingdom of God. Rather, you are a Peter that destroy the life of people into the kingdom of devil. All right? So they go there to go and be interviewed. After their interview, you go with your certificate, and when they see that it's like you will not do their bidding, then you are not qualified. All this one that they are projecting is running everywhere, wearing turban like Fulani person, bowing down during their Ramadan, and then now they have picked is it Erufai as the running mate. 2027,
Opening,
2027.
opening boreholes.
I'm telling you, Konida from 2027. 2027 we will never see the light of the day in the land of Biafra. As as that company they call Nigeria, it can never. Wọ́n gbógun wọ́n lọ sókun
network wouldn't
wọ́n lọ
allow
sọ́sà.
you.
Oh, the network is a bit disappointing. If we can, my brother, if you are listening, if you can come back, please come back. We need you. Come and join us, please.
We need you, honestly. We need you because you have the food that Biafrans need to eat. So we need you, please. We need you. Well, Max, my brother, we'll continue to listen to the other side or the remaining part of the video, but in a system, where the government controls the judiciary. You know, when we tell you that there is no, now I used to say that Nigeria has murdered. Murder is a very beautiful language. Mother is tantalizing, sexy language. Nigeria has slaughter. It be like say slaughter fine too. Waiting worse, waiting be ugly. That's so irritating. Something
they bury. They have buried.
They buried justice alive.
Alive, yes.
Alive. People don't understand. How can the government control the judiciary? What that is, if me and the Max get problem now, we go court. You don't expect justice. If my papa na governor go just carry phone, call the judge. Now my pikin be that to abeg send that boy with the commerce, send them to 30 years imprisonment, make it in short, make it die, kill him, sentence them to hanging. It doesn't
you know, see what you know, see Mazugo, you know, see what the senator whose wife was a judge. Didn't you hear what the man said when he was doing this? Is it a validation or whatever?
I think they sack him.
They told him not to. They told him not to say. They told him not to say such thing.
He said, "I know all of you that used to come to meet my wife at night, and all of you that call secret phone. I know all of you. It's not secret. I have all the
and how he used." And how he prevailed upon his wife to satisfy his political friends.
Yes.
To satisfy his political friends is there a situation where they are going to lose the case. They use the wife now, who is a senior judge, to overturn, to bury justice alive. For someone who committed crime, for someone who did not commit crime, just like Nnamdi Kanu, because they will use their influence now because they have their people there. No, yes, we know that this man didn't commit any crime, and we have nothing against him, but we are going to use our powers, the powers of the federal government and the powers that our people have, you know, to put him there. That is exactly what is going on. They buried, just like you said, they buried justice, equity, fairness alive.
Okay, of course, you can continue, please, because you need to finish that your submission. Biafrans need to hear it. Of course, are you true?
You have not. Though you've not bring him in.
Okay, he went.
I can't see him on the screen.
Sorry. Of course, please continue. Sorry.
It's all right. Then this is part of what we are saying.
All of them join.
All of them join completely. I'm telling you, network so bad and kicking me out. Probably I don't know, but thank God for the Odinta Omenka Opupumbo in the neck of enemies, Simon Epa, with all that he have done in order to building from the scratch. Look at the open door that God has given to him just to ensure that nobody has the power to shut it. And that's why he's delivering all these goodies and he's paining a lot of people. Now, now, when I listen to Aloy Ejimako, I saw the pain. You guys do not know. He tried to paint the word. He tried to make the word not too
Manage.
yes.
Manage.
He managed the word
Manage Nnamoche.
so that it will not be too brutal on these people. And although they will get the message, imagine when he said it. Do you know he said he can never trade the blood of Nnamdi Kanu for money? I hope you know.
Thank you. Thank you. You got the message. What does that tell you? That told you that he have been asked to take this amount of money, leave this man to die. He said no. I've said it here. Thank God you get the
He
message.
said he said no. When I read it, I said, God, so guy, they even try to buy him in exchange of the blood. Judas Iscariot, who never lived to eat that money. If I a Joffo will never live to eat that money. Mike Ozekome will never live. In the name of, they will never live to eat that. Oh my goodness. They will never live to eat that money.
Amen.
And I beg to warn somebody among the judiciary, the luminary representative
Listen
who
to
was
this
talking
before you
about
continue. Mazakos.
what about Simon Ekpa? Simon Ekpa, the same Ejimako.
Akos, can you hear me? His network is too bad. Well,
don't worry, he will come back. He will come back.
Let's hear this.
He will come back.
Did any governor told him that they are rounding up on Nnamdi Kanu? As I don't want to mention some names, but there are people. I got this. Yeah, there are people before that time when they had that meeting in Enugu where all the governors gathered. That was the day the meeting was sealed. But you know, our leader somehow is also he had his own mind.
Shut up! Shut up! Criminal, wicked fellow like you. You know our leader somehow. You heard it that your brother was about to be beheaded. And the only thing you can tell us is that you know he is a stubborn man. If I tell him, he would not listen to me. Useless, wicked criminals anywhere. Of course, did you hear what we played now?
No, I did not.
That idiot.
The network, please replay it. Thank you.
Play it again. Play it again for him.
You need to listen to it again. Let me replay it for you. Listen.
That's by state your friend. Did any governor told him that they are rounding up on Nnamdi Kanu?
Ew.
I don't want to mention some names, but there are people. I got this. Yeah, there are people before that time when they had that meeting in Enugu where all the governors gathered. That was the day the meeting was sealed. But you know, our leader somehow is also he had his own mind. You understanding me? Even if you give him a signal.
Now, of course, you can go on.
What do you mean? What do you mean? He has his own mind. A divinity being. You want to stop him? He has a divine mandate, and you, as a man, mortal body, want to come and stop divine mandate. How on earth will that be? Even if they come out from the same blood, Why is it Enugu, 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 Enugu? Then one terrorist in Imo State now thought that he want to take the glory. He can handle the situation. He doesn't mind to kill everybody in the land of Imo. And you now, but whatever they do, they will go to that same Enugu. It will never be well with the devil and all his children. It doesn't matter whether they are the same family. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether they come from the same womb. They don't have the same assignment from Chukwuka Abiyama. Everybody, it's a special child. It's a special. You can't stop him. Even if he dies, that man will be in heaven. But let me tell you, the time will come. China Sangoru say he doesn't want to mention him. He will mention him. That time is coming. Except if he will not step his feet in Biafra land. He will mention him. He will mention that name he doesn't want to mention because probably his younger brothers were there. Now, do you see one thing? That is why, see, let me make it clear here. I used to tell people, I don't know whether I've said it in your program, Ugo, but in other platform, I've said it severally. I am not a Christian. I am a son of God. Mark my word, please. There is, sorry, I'm digressing a little bit, but I want to hit a point at the end. I am not a Christian. I am a son of God. This is it. You don't come to my nation and change my identity and call me a Nigerian when I am not a Nigeria. My name wasn't Nigeria. You are the one that came from outside and named me Nigeria. Meanwhile, my name is Biafra. The same thing happened when God called me his son. The world now changed me, saw the way I am behaving. I'm following Jesus Christ, who is my Lord and Savior, the one who died for me on the cross of Calvary, which I believe. And I have that confidence, even though I have not seen him in person. I wasn't alive when he came, but I believe him. You now change my name from being the son of God, because God said I am a son of God. In John chapter 1, verse 12. In Romans chapter 8, verse 14. As many that are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. You now change it. You now said, yes, I am a Christian. Now, both the witches and wizards, the one that kill, both who gather as a cult member, they will now be claiming that same name that the world calls me. Now, I will now leave Christian. The name that Christian. I will now leave the name that God gave to me as his own son. And God never gave me religion. He didn't say I should follow this religion to serve him. No, he said I should follow Jesus Christ. His way is the way, the truth, and the life. Are you getting me? So with all this in mind, these people hide under that name, Christianity, that the world gave to them to pervert evil. Now, here the latest. Do you know that I will mention name? It's not about whether I'm trying to paint words here. Imagine a general overseer of Redeemed Christian Church coming out to say to the world that is it every Muslim that is terrorist? That yes, it's true that those that are doing terrorism, those that are doing yes, he said those that are doing terrorism, they are Muslims. That does not mean that all Muslims are terrorists. What's your business with people's life? Why are you bringing sensuality into the things of God? God says that the only way to his kingdom is through his son Jesus. It's not through any religion that men believe in. And you are now validating any other religion without the religion that brings people into the kingdom of God. You are no longer preaching that brought people, that brings preaching sensualism. I bet you, if people were alive during Sodom and Gomorrah, they will have fought God that he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. If these people were alive when God when God destroyed the generation of Noah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Akos, hold your thought there. Don't lose your thought. Don't lose your thought. Just hold your thought. You see, I heard one again when they were talking about this. I don't want to. I believe that you speak Igbo very well. I wanted to use Igbo to say it. Ndị na ụmụ nwanyị na-edina ụmụ nwanyị na ụmụ nwoke na-edina ụmụ nwoke.
That is.
There is one pastor. I think is it Danina. When I hear what the man said, when I hear what that pastor said, that there are some of them that will still do all the things that they have done and still enter the kingdom of God. That these are the categories of people. Of course, my brother, you are talking about. He said it, and they questioned him. He maintained and maintained and maintained. You see, no time has I ever bear that name Christian. If God created me in his own spiritual image, then why will I now call myself a Christian? A name someone gave to me.
You can imagine that. You can imagine that.
God created me in his own image. And remember, before these people came, if you remember what King Leopold told them, he said, you are going there to meet people that knows God before you.
That's the Belgian
king.
Yes.
The Belgian king. He said, you are going to meet Africans that know God before you.
That is it.
So do not go there and preach to them about, religion.
Morality.
Because they know that
they are morally sound.
Morality. They know already. Yeah, they are morally sound. They know that, committing adultery is a sin. Murdering, killing is a sin. Stealing is a sin.
Correct.
So there is nothing again. You go in there to bring them. What did they come to do? They came to Congo and the rest of the African countries and teach us how to fight ourselves. Take one, equip them, give them money, give them support. Engage your brothers, and at the end of it, as we are in this killing duel, they are mining our resources. That is what they do. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Now, thank you so much, my brother. You have put a light on whatever I have just said. Ugo, can you and over 70 million Biafrans that are listening to us and will still listen to this program later, do you know that the heat is so much? They've tried everything. They saw that. Do you remember the same Obasanjo said he saw one Igbo man, that money does not move. You remember that time when he made such statement?
Mm-mm.
And that person, he was advising. Yes, he was advising the federal government. The owner of the company of Nigerian PLC. He was advising them that they should dialogue with this man. That there is another person behind him. If
Pastor Jinla.
Joseph
Igila was a prophet.
It's a prophecy. I'm talking of Basanjo's own. I'm talking of Basanjo's own. He was telling them that there is somebody that is behind Nnamdi Kanu. If the man to fall into his hand is more dangerous than Nnamdi Kanu, dialogue with Nnamdi Kanu now. Okay, that was what Obasanjo told them. He was not meant when he now saw that Simon Ekpa knew what he was doing. He ran to Enugu. He ran to Enugu to go and meet Afonshi, the Otondo man. The man who called himself the father of I call him Ohanefu. I don't call him Ohaneze. I call him Ohanefu. Okay.
Otondo.
He was in fact the man Otondo. He has to stoop down while the man was sitting on the couch. He has to stoop down to talk to the man, begging him, do whatever you can in order to tame this guy in Finland. Yet he cannot. Do you people remember the cry of Maxwell Opara? this barrister of Nnamdi that support lawyer Jimako, you people should go back to. You remember when he made he faced press, he said he was only giving them situation report. He said Simon Ekpa is not accessible. Even me, he blocked me off. If you nobody can penetrate him. No, you remember. Many people do not understand that comment then. I knew something was wrong. They must have sent him an errand, which is now telling them that that mission is not possible. Even he himself cannot access Master Simon Ekpa.
Impossible.
Mission impossible. He said he block everybody. Anything you say outside whatever is vision of a Simon Ekpa is, he will block you off. It doesn't take no. He made it clear to them. He made it, because of the stubbornness of these people. Do you know that the chief of defense staff have already told them that they cannot conquer in this war? I don't know whether you people message again.
Oh, they will not. You cannot. In line with military. In line.
He said the only best. Exactly.
His network.
Continue.
His network is bad, and my mouse is not working. I don't know what is wrong with it. Honestly, I can't. I'm just playing with it to see if it can.
You hear me?
Go ahead, Mazu. Just go on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right.
I can hear you. Go on.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. So he was. If you are hearing me.
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay. Go on.
Okay. So the man. All right. Gwabimu told them that this mission is impossible because it is safe. In fact, he gave a name to Ekpa, and he called Simon Ekpa sabotaging the assignment given to them. They are sabotaging. He's a menace. He said these guys are demons. They are not human beings. The way they deceiving the Minister of Communication to take over. Yes, they are not human beings. He said they are not human beings. He said the Minister of Communication should take over the airwave. Simon Ekpa has already taken over the airwaves. He's everywhere. All the journalists talking about him. Everywhere is his name and his activities. Why can't you, from your end, nobody can stop the glory of the sun ever to shine. Nobody can stop the glory of the sun never to shine. You see, this come of December 2024 is going to be amazing. A lot of things. And if they are running head-to-head now, not saying the word that the people want us, the restructuring is clamoring for is too now. It's no longer visible. Biafran will never take it. Do you want to restructure after killing the 150 people in Nongpo? I'm with you, sir.
See, in line with what you are saying. I just want to chip in this, if you will permit me.
Go on, Max.
Go ahead, sir.
On.
Now, Ingilas told them that a time will come when the founding fathers, those that have ruled Nigeria, would descend on their throne to come and ask these people to come. He said, will you imagine? That time they will be throwing, when the king descends from his throne to ask my people, oh yeah, come, let's gather and see how we're going. They are throwing you stone. He said it is better to dialogue with dignity. Dialogue now and dialogue with dignity and prestige. I think these are some of the things they got. It still rings, those things ring into my mind till today. Thank you, Mazi. Go ahead.
Yes,
Um,
these are the
Akos,
things that have been. Yes,
Akos,
yes.
please, you can minimize your this thing and just try and round up so that we'll have Donna to say so that he can see. And
It's okay, no problem. It's okay.
honestly speaking, I can't control anything. I think being that the program is long as well,
Okay.
we have to try and round up so I will find out what is happening because the mouse is not working. Even to end the program, I will have to find a way to end it. I can't
Oh,
control anything. The thing just ceased.
it's
So go on.
wow, wow. No problem. We will soon have our app and everything will be in place. We can be able to talk, and the whole Biafrans will be able to listen without without any form of restriction. All right. So there are a lot to say when it comes to freedom. When it comes to freedom, it connotes a lot of things, branches here and there. You cannot finish it in a day. All right. But the major thing that drives freedom is consistency, focus, and that is why we are focused. We have been told to focus on the rising sun. Come December 2nd, 2024, rising sun will stand. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Donatus, can you hear me? Donatus, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can hear you, sir.
Okay,
Hello.
you go on. We are listening.
All right, sir. Mazugo, remain blessed, and Maswell, our brother there, remain blessed, and all of you in the house. I'm happy for what you people are doing. So, I want to do my submission here is on what you're saying. I know that our Mazi, all the legal team, I know they're having a lot of, restrictions and vultures are gathering against our leader Mazi Nnamdi and against Simon Ekpa, but I know that all they're doing in vain. You see why Mazi, all these people like someone like Ejiofor and Co. and all those Judases in Igbo land and Biafra land are the one wanting to make things difficult for Ejimako to succeed in his quest to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi is free. That's why you see that placing a secret gadget in order to record whatever conversation they want to do, because they see that Barrister Ejimako coming taking over from them, that there will be positivity, and that's why they are ganging up, and a lot of vultures are gathering. Ejiofor and his co and Ozokome, they are the one responsible in order to make sure that they did not succeed and that Mazi Nnamdi did not come out, because they know that a lot of secrets will be revealed. That's why you see them ganging up, vultures ganging up, gathering in order to see that they did not succeed. But one thing I know that they are doing in vain. We must succeed. Mazi Simon Ekpa will succeed. And all of you, as you people are giving the helping hand, as it was given to Joshua, Mazi Simon Ekpa will succeed and Mazi Nnamdi will come out. This is what I want to say. Remember, yesterday I wanted to come in when you are talking about Odi, what the warning they not gave him. These are the vultures we are having in Igbo land. Selfish people that doesn't want the progress of their own land. They prefer other people than their own. Good outside but bad within. Very petty. They are so merciful to people outside, but their own, they want them to die because of peanut, because of money, greed, because of what they are getting. So, but one thing I know, that with all your effort and mind, we donating to make sure that everything is being equipped necessarily. I know that we are going to succeed. We are going to have an upper hand now, because I'm seeing the green light. Whatever they're doing, they will never succeed. That's what I just want to say. Encourage you people. That's the reason why I come in here, to encourage all of you, especially Mazugo. You're always there 24 hours. And it is a nice job, and your work can never be forgotten when Biafra come. All of you, but we need to pray. We need to add more prayer and more resilient. We need to be resilient in all our effort and pray for those illegal things, that God should use them in his own way to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu concert and this issue of Biafra exist will be a success. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is paying the price. Simon Ekpa is doing the purchase, and there's nothing any man can do to stop it as long as God is in charge. It's the God that called the shot, and that's why God hid Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. God hid Simon Ekpa and kept him aside. Will not reveal him before the kidnap of our leader. God know that this thing will happen. They are going to betray Onyendu, and that is why he had Mazi Simon Ekpa and kept him. He did not allow him to, to join their DOS virtual group, but he kept him aside, reserving him for this time. And that's why you see him doing this job and he's progressing. And my encouragement for all of you is that you people should continue. Do not allow anything to distract you. Do not allow anybody to offer you anything and collect it. Don't. Let your eyes be on the board and let there be a total focus. Avoid to play the part of Judas. Continue on your way, and God will reward you immensely when the Biafra come, and all of you are going to receive the praise. Portion of Mordecai will be the portion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa and all of you that participated. And we that are here, all of us are going to inherit the land of Biafra. Nobody will stop it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu prophesies it, and so shall it be. No one, no Jupiter on earth, even in the spirit, can stop it. I just want to encourage you. That's why I came in. Remain blessed, and God will bless all of us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Of course, my brother, I've been able to rectify it. I found the mouse. The thing just disappear. Yeah, if they try click anything, I know they see the mouse again. I say, yeah. So I try went into setting just blindly. I was guessing. All of a sudden, I was able to hit something that it came back again. So we have to continue until at least in next maybe 1 hour or 40 minutes. So I will continue. So of course, if you can still hear me, come back because you get them for something with me. I need to hear. Whoa. So you are welcome back anytime. I know say your network, they like you, make you come in because they are trying to frustrate what you want to say so that Biafrans will not hear. So Biafrans,
Wallahi talai, me, I go tell you, I go talk am for you, say, you get them for where we want them. At least, as me, I they talk, everything, it go correct. And that is the reason why, that's the same we want to do, right? So, brother Akuz, if you are there, myself and Mazugu, with the token for you, with the token for you to come back. We dey here, we dey wait for you, we dey waiting for you. Make you come.
Yeah,
please.
of course, you hear and go. We are we dey waiting for you for here, huh? Make you enter for here, make you talk for us, eh? So, like we were saying, I tell you the truth. The thing is that they have tried to buy these people, and these people say, what do we need this money for? Nothing. We cannot sell our conscience for his blood. We cannot. So when you listen, you will hear the judges. The most important thing I want you to get here, the judges are under the influence of Nigeria. As Nigeria what Nigeria asks them to do is what they do. They are not doing it because it is the right thing or it is the wrong thing. It is not important. The opinion, the justice is not important. The important thing is, what is Nigeria looking for in this? What is the interest of the Fulanese? As you can see. So another thing I want you to know is that they said that they are going to withdraw because there is no point going to court to Cinco Sira every day. You go to court, Nigeria will tell you what they want you to hear, and there is no point Going to court, you cannot have time to talk with your client. They were not allowed to discuss with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu cannot even tell them any secret information. He cannot give them, he cannot speak. If he decides to write it down, if he writes it down, he will, the Nigeria DSS will collect it back from the lawyers. So there is no how they are going to have anything like justice, because like I said, they buried justice alive. So my people, like our Prime Minister said, the only way out is for you to continue what you are doing. If you are in the part of those that are trying to bring down the restoration of Biafra, double your efforts. If you are one of them discouraging people from giving so that Biafra will come quicker, double your effort. And if you are one of them that want this Biafra to come, and you are working, you are sponsoring, you are financing, you are encouraging, you are asking people to go on, double your effort. Double your effort. We must continue to do what we are doing, because what we are doing is what will give us Biafra. Going to court will not give you Biafra. Going to court will not give you Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You have heard it directly from the lawyers, all of them. So we have no choice but to continue. You had a full sellout telling you that they know that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has been sold. And let me tell you, rounding him up does not mean they wanted to arrest him. No, rounding him up means they wanted to take him out. That means they want to buy him. But because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu refused to die, this is the language I love using for him. He refused to die.
See, Mazugo. Yeah. See, militarily, when they say you are rounded up, we are rounding him up. It means that they have cornered you in a particular place where there is no escape route for you. When they said the enemy has been rounded up, they have cornered you in a place where there is no escape. The only thing is either you surrender or you die. And that corner was Kenya.
I be military. I not be military, but I don't
that corner. That corner, they have rounded him up. Where they have rounded him up has to come with a location. That location was Kenya. And they rounded him up at that Kenya, that area. And there is no escape for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Why were there no escape for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? Because the imperialist that is controlling Nigeria and the resources, that they visit at Chatham House is also involved, and that location is under their own control, either direct or indirect control. That is what happened. There was no escape for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu at that particular place. But they never knew that it was orchestrated by God. That is why anytime when I look at Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's arrest, I told some people, I say, you might not like it. You know, I said it even in many places. I said, you might not like what I'm going to say. For those of us, look, I am not a spiritual person, but I say things. When I was in the military, my brother, there are some things that God was doing for me, taking me out of that particular place. And immediately that thing begins to happen to me, like I'm sitting down right now, Mazugo, in a war front, and I begin to feel uncomfortable at that particular place. Immediately, something would just tell me, this way, you are not feeling comfortable here. Just get up, get up, get up. Immediately, I got up from that very place, something will happen there. This thing happened to one particular guy, my mate, they call Emmanuel Wakili, is from Kaduna State. I was sitting down in a place, And if they tell you that they were fighting, in fact, at that particular day, there is no bullet that will enter into anybody or kill anybody within that area. It's a build-up place in the town, in the city of Monrovia, where they call Carey Street. It's a built-up place, very close to where they have Holiday Inn Hotel in Liberia, more center of Monrovia. It's a built-up place. They call that place Carey Street. I was there and something started happening to me. Immediately I left the place. The person that came there and sat over there was caught by bullet. So when I was telling people, I said, look, the arrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spiritually has a lot to do for people that understand things of the spirit. Some people disagree with me. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if you are an ardent listener of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you will hear when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was saying things like this: I will march into Abuja. I will march into Abuja and I will defeat them at their own backyard. What was he looking for? People that doesn't know, if you remember that time on social media, hey, which army do you get? Army of social media, army of that, army of this. Yeah, you see? So, but they never knew that it is not only by catching a rat and hitting it on the ground that you can kill a rat. There are so many ways you can do that. Sometimes it might be to the detriment of that particular person for a short period of time, and the job is done. So that is what I believe. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not go to Kenya, he would not be, kidnapped, brought to Nigeria, and they will not be disgraced even in their own court, from the lower court straight to the upper court. Is that not defeat? Is that not defeat? And he defeated Buhari right there, before he left office. The imposter. He defeated him right there. So what other war do you want him to fight? He has finished the war. Spiritually, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has finished this war. He has also rounded up Nigeria to a certain corner, and it just the physical, appearance of Biafra, and all of us will live. That is what is happening. So my people, anywhere you look at it, anyhow you look at it, the Bible also says that everything working for good to them that love God, whether good or bad. And it is only those that believe in the things of God and things of the Spirit will understand what happens. An average man that is looking at it with the physical eye will not understand. In fact, let me tell you, the day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I heard that news was broken that afternoon, I think around 2 p.m. I can't remember the particular day now, but it was in the afternoon. The news broke. Breaking news that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been arrested. What we were hearing with the connection of help of Interpol and all the rest of them. I say I was my mind that day. I couldn't sleep. I was going from one television to the other, one news station to the other, looking online, browsing, and I say, it cannot be possible. It cannot be possible. With my but as time goes on, I begin to look at what the man said in the past and what is playing now. I say, look, and anytime I come out now to talk, I will tell you, say, the only thing you owe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is to pray for him. The same God that gave him that yam in the thick forest will give him the spade-like stick that he will use to dig it out. The life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is solely in the hands of God. Do what you're supposed to do. Go and vote if you have not voted. If you are not contributing, contribute. And as long as God is blessing you, the richest ethnic tribe, the wealthiest in Africa, number 4 or 5 in the world, you are the Jews already. The reason why they respect Jews today is because of how wealthy the Jews are all over the world, and they speak for their own people at home. That is exactly what you should do. If you are not doing that, then you are helping the enemy to put down and still pin down the restoration of Biafra. As God is blessing you, please do more for us to get our Biafra. That is the only thing I have to add to it. Thank you, sir.
There were. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Max. Honestly, when somebody no understand, that person will not know. I beg, if you are watching me anywhere, try and share. If you are watching me from YouTube, as you can see, the other YouTube, I have done everything. They said until June we go talk. So this YouTube now is my YouTube I know for now. So please, that's my only YouTube. So please do me a favor, hit the like button. If you are watching me on the YouTube, try and like, that is the thumb up, and then try and go to the icon, bell icon, hit the bell icon, so that anytime I come online, I don't have to start going to WhatsApp groups or Telegram groups to share before you get notifications, please. And if you're watching me from Facebook, do me a favor, share the program from Facebook. Anywhere you are watching me from Facebook, share the program, please. And from YouTube, try and like and hit the bell icon. So my people of Biafra, we go continue to do waiting we know how to do. This program, we go, I don't know, it's almost 1 o'clock, but we will continue. Anywhere we stop, I think I would like to get somebody like Mazi Sonny, so that he go come talk his own matter inside this matter. So we must continue, people of Biafra. We go continue to listen to the remaining part. We've heard I think that was Nemeka. Let us listen to Aloy Jimako's side of the story before we move on.
The story is that at the next adjourned date on 17th April, the cat cannot come before the horse. The horse must come before the cat. And what is the horse? Fair hearing. And the cat is the accelerated hearing. You cannot have any criminal trial without fair hearing. That is the point we are trying to make. And this message is being sent loud and clear to the Federal Republic of Nigeria and to the Nigerian judiciary. Thank you very much for coming, and you have a nice day.
How that as we speak to you now, we have not been able to have a conference with thank you, gentlemen. In line with to be given to you are and
After by the Nigerian military, not
anything, you'll be free to
trial without
in line with the charges.
Trial without fair hearing. That is the point we are trying to make. And this message is being sent loud and clear to the Federal Republic of Nigeria and to the Nigerian judiciary. Thank you very much for coming, and you have a nice day.
You that as we speak to you now, we have not been able to have a conference with our client. That one is one. As a lawyer, my rules instructed me that for me to enter into a matter, I must have adequate conference with my client in line with the charges. And my client, while having that conference with him, I will make sure that my client is mentally stable and calm for him to tell me the area to go, and for me to advise him according
to trial without fair hearing.
You that as we speak to you now, we have not been able to have a conference with our client. That one is one. As a lawyer, my rules instructed me that for me to enter into a matter, I must have adequate conference with my client in line with the charges. And my client, while having that conference with him, I will make sure that my client is mentally stable and calm for him to tell me the area to go, and for me to advise him accordingly. That they will never have that opportunity. The reasons being that the prosecutor, the DSSS, one is frustrating our effort to that effect, so that they can prove their matter without being challenged, and then Nnamdi Kanu will be convicted. And we are saying that if Nnamdi Kanu, that opportunity was not given to Nnamdi Kanu, how the opportunity be given to him? Send him to Kuje Correctional Center. We have our reasons. You have a reasons to keep him in a DSSS. The reason that only you know. But we have our reasons. Where you, the court, has even confirmed that what you are saying is true. But going by the case of DSSS and Maxwell Opera. And we are now telling you that we cannot, either you transfer him to Kuje Correctional Center or you release him on bail. That's then you reinstated his bail as directed by the Supreme Court, or you send him to a private house for house arrest. And I gave instances: Abia State Government House, Imo State Government House, Enugu State Government House, any place that is you are decent, or liaison offices, or alternatively, because the judge can do anything under Section 6, you can remind him in your house. What we need is a place that will be free. He will look around. He will not be afraid of saying anything. He will be free to give us whatever thing. Because where you said A, and we said, is it true that you do this one? He said yes. You said, okay, we are not going to defend you on this one. You can plead guilty on this. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying. If so, we'll be able to advise him. That we have not done. And I'm telling you that if by the next adjourned date our applications are in, and they work with the prosecution and refuse that application, I said I don't know of others, cannot go into that trial because it is against the rules of my professional ethics. Because if anything happened, I'll be held liable because you are not prepared for trial and you put your client on a trial. And I gave you instances. You are a driver.
I will speak briefly on the issue of the rendition of Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria. We are all aware that Nnamdi Kanu, after the attack on him by the military of the Nigerian government, had to flee Nigeria for his life to Kenya. Unfortunately, in that attack in his hometown at Afaruku, so many people were murdered by the Nigerian military. Not less than 28 persons died on that particular day in the hands of the Nigerian military. And these are young men and women who had no arms on them, who were in a private compound of the late chief of Afaruku. After the attack on the property, killing people, the occupants, including Nnamdi Kanu, his parents, that's the traditional ruler of Afaruku and the wife, had to flee, amongst other persons that managed to escape. But like we are saying, 28 persons died on that particular day. After that day, so many other people died, including the parents of Nnamdi Kanu. And this is as a result of the injuries, the shock that was inflicted on them by the Nigerian military that attacked the compound of Nnamdi Kanu. And the Supreme Court, in its judgment of 15 December 2023, has confirmed this position, that Nnamdi Kanu's escape was not an escape from justice, but rather was a natural action taken by a human being who is aware that his life is imminently in danger. He had to run away to save his life so as to be able to stand his trial in our courts. Nnamdi Kanu was eventually kidnapped from Kenya and brought back to Nigeria against every known law, both locally and internationally. They also showed very grave disrespect to the Kenyan authority and to the nation of Kenya. Unfortunately, the Kenyan government appear to be docile about the breach of their territorial integrity by the security agencies of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who came into their country and kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu. We strongly believe, just as the Supreme Court has also upheld, that what transpired in Kenya was an international crime. It is not just a civil matter, it is a criminal matter committed by the Federal Republic of Nigeria using its agents and agencies. The federal government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, if it was a human being like myself and my colleagues here, ought by now to be in prison. Nigeria as a country, if Nigeria was a human being, ought by now to be detained in a very, very strong maximum security prison for committing the crime of kidnap. They are nothing less than Shekarau of the infamous Boko Haram. They are nothing less than the bandits that everybody is crying of today. The crime of kidnap is a heinous crime, it's a terrible crime, it's an uncivilized crime that ought not to be found within the shores of this country. But unfortunately, the federal government of Nigeria has participated in this crime of kidnap. Of course, we all know that the federal government of Nigeria attempted this kind of crime with Umaru Diko. It failed, and they got punished for it. The perpetrators were sent to prison in England. Nigeria as a nation was also penalized by the Commonwealth, suspended from every Commonwealth activity. This is what we expect should happen to the Federal Republic of Nigeria today. It is our strong belief that those agents who were sent to carry out this infamous and inglorious mission ought by now to have been brought in, interrogated, and sent to the Ministry of Justice for prosecution. But unfortunately, we are asking the federal government that perpetrated it, that engineered it, to prosecute its own agents that it sent on this mission. Federal government of Nigeria sent people to Kenya to commit a crime of kidnap. They carried it out. Those individuals who committed this crime by now should be arrested and brought to book. Nigeria, like I said before, as far as we are concerned, until they purge themselves of this crime, remains a criminal country. It is unfortunate, it is our country, but that is the position. Until Nigeria purges itself of this crime of kidnap that it has committed against Nnamdi Kanu, remains a criminal country and ought to be dealt with in that fashion. Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime known to any law. Just because he's asking for self-determination for his people, which is supported by the African Charter, is supported by the United Nations Charter also on Human and People's Rights. It is supported by our Constitution. For this reason, he is being persecuted, not prosecuted. For the federal government of Nigeria to have kept him in detention in a solitary confinement for 3 years is persecution. There is no law supporting this impunity. There is no law supporting this illegality. There is no law supporting this breach of our Constitution. If somebody has committed a crime, according to our Administration of Criminal Justice Act, Section 169, such a person should be detained in a prison if you must detain the person. But in this case, no crime has been committed, no antagonistic move has been made against the Constitution. Every action taken by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has the benefit of constitutional protection. Self-determination, calling for self-determination is not a crime. Asking for a referendum to determine whether this nation called Nigeria or this political arrangement called Nigeria should stand or not is a matter of his belief, something that ought to be discussed and agreed upon. Nigeria was amalgamated in 1914 under Lord Lugard, and under the influence of romantic relationship, the name Nigeria was ascribed to this part of the country or this part of the world. Our fathers, our ancestors did not agree to an amalgamation in the first place. Our ancestors did not agree to being named Nigeria. Our ancestors did not agree to surrendering their individual and community sovereignty, but this was obtained under the barrels of the machine gun and possibly under the influence of alcohol by Lord Lugard and his girlfriend. And today we are all suffering that consequence. We are all suffering that false unity. We are all suffering these political arrangements. We also all know and we also all agree that in Nigeria, this country today does not have a valid constitution that you can rely or call a constitution. The people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as we are called, or as we are being forced to bear, had never met one day to agree to have a constitution. So the preamble of the 1999 Constitution is based on falsity, based on lies, that we, the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has given unto ourselves a constitution. We did not give to ourselves any constitution. The constitution is an extension of a decree of the military juntas that was in power at the time in question. It is not the intention of the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as we are being forced to bear, to have that document as our constitution. But because we cannot continue to operate in a vacuum, we are managing it. And even in managing it, the federal government today has consistently refused to respect and obey its constitution, or I would say its so-called constitution. The Federal Republic of Nigeria, as far as we understand it and as far as we are concerned, does not have a binding law that holds us together. The arrangement is a military arrangement in all ramifications. Lord Lugard came with his machine guns to hold us together. The military came with their machine guns and bombs to force us to swallow a constitution, a document called constitution. So until the people of Nigeria come together to decide whether they want to remain a nation, we cannot say that we have a nation. Now, some will say it is the National Assembly that has the powers to determine such. We beg to disagree on this. The National Assembly does not have the power because in the first place, the Constitution of the National Assembly is made from the false document called the 1999 Constitution. You cannot place something on nothing and expect it to stand. You cannot build a mansion on lies. The people of Nigeria today did not sit at any time to have a constitution. A military decree was made, and we were forced to take it and adopt it and accept it as our constitution. But ordinarily, I was not represented. People from my community were never represented in that constitution-making process. And I'm sure even members no flex the common position of all the lawyers here, the position of the MNK legal team. This legal team is not going to be part of the travesty of justice that is being cooked in the pot. If Nnamdi Kanu is not going to get a fair trial, this legal team is not going to be part of murdering justice in a Nigerian court over the head of Nnamdi Kanu. It does not mean we are going to abandon Nnamdi Kanu, but we will, as a group, as a team, abandon a process. We will refuse to be participants in a process that is geared to pre-program the injustice on the head of Nnamdi Kanu. Let that be clear. So it does not sound like we are going to boycott Nnamdi Kanu. No. If you want to say we shall boycott the judiciary, you can use that. But what we are boycotting will be manifest injustice and lack of fair trial.
They can go ahead and convict him without him being defended.
If you have one more question, you ask so that.
All right, my wonderful people. The last sentence, be the whole matter, conclusion of the whole matter is
Of the leader.
The last sentence of our lawyer Mako. They will not have their hand in the injustice where go spill the blood of Nnamdi Kanu. They will not join forces with Nigeria to make sure say Nnamdi Kanu blood flow. To make sure say he no get justice. You know what that mean? When somebody tell you say I no go join hand to follow you do this, that means you don't approach am make he follow you do am. This will tell you when Ejiofor was bragging. I am going to expose them. I will expose Nigeria. I have the details. I have the footages. How they did this. Have you asked yourself what happened? Why was it not again? Caricature, propaganda. America wonder. But see the people that said, instead, we will be part of those that will deny Nnamdi Kanu justice. We are not going to be part of it. Let them convict him and sentence him to imprisonment or to even death if they like. But we will not be there because their presence there will not stop them from doing what they want to do. So they said, our hands shall not be him, and we will not be representing him, so that they will not say his lawyers did not do well. So that Nigeria will say, but his legal team did all their possible best. So that our party will not come out to and carry belly like a tortoise, something will swallow tortoise, and Rufai and their co will not sit down to tell you, but do you think this legal team was able enough to defend Nnamdi Kanu? But I don't think they were capable to defend him at the first place. I saw them as incompetent legal team. Had it been, they needed the sand, they needed, that is what they would tell you. So it's better they withdraw now to avoid anybody helping Nigeria to condemn and find the reason why they condemn Nnamdi Kanu. I won't be in. I don't know if you want to say anything. You go
I
on.
get plenty things where I go talk, but I go feel manage my time. See, let me tell you, there is something my stepfather used to tell us when I was in Aba. He said, the day they are making evil plan to kill an innocent person, don't pray to be around that meeting.
Yeah.
Pray not to be there. This legal team now, apart from that Carolina White, these are the people that I am going to vouch for anytime, because they are acting today as Pontius Pilate of our time. I will not be here because I did not see any crime this man has committed. With what you have, these people have been approached. Money wants to change hands. When they say billions, do you know what they are making from Biafra land? If they swear, Nnamdi Kanu told you that it is a war chest. These people have a war chest of $30 billion plus. We don't have that. How do you want to tell me if they give someone 500 million, 1 billion, do this? Do you know how many secret meetings that they have had, even from the United representatives of the United Kingdom, coercing Nnamdi Kanu to drop Biafra and embrace Nigeria? Do you know how many meetings? That is the reason why when they finish all these, they are audacious, very, very, horrible meetings. You see it, you see the narratives in their media. The only solution, like Olachide, Olatunji, or whatever they call, that one that is in TVC News, will tell you, oh, the only if Nnamdi Kanu would drop the agitation for Biafra. That is the only time the federal government will listen to him. Is agitation to leave Nigeria a crime in your 1999 constitution, even if that constitution is demonic? Even if that constitution is not written by Nigerians. I was arguing with someone some time ago, a few weeks ago, that it was Benoit Beze that wrote the 1999 constitution. I asked the person, I said, look, let me tell you, you people don't know. You just, when you hear some story, you just run to the market with it and begin. The same way you people christened January 1966 coup, Igbo coup, and failed to christen all the subsequent coups in line with the ethnicities that participated in the subsequent coups. And you are telling me that God will bless you people, and you cover your eye in one evil, but when you see the other one, you open your eyes onto that one and begin to talk about that one. Today, in as much as Bob Risky is doing what he is doing, Bob Risky spread money. Was it not in Kanu, the children of the politicians were spraying dollars? Who arrested them? Who arrested them? Who arrested them? So it is good for other people to do what they have to do, and other people cannot do so. And when they do so, yes, it's bad. The rest, yes, it's bad. What naira? On what foundation do you get the naira? Your constitution is your constitution. A constitution that was agreed by the entire people. Was it not the military that we the military? Because as far as I know, when they 1991, I joined the army. That was still Babangida's time.
Yeah.
Down to Abacha. When Abacha died, Abu Salami came in. Abu Salami left, handed over to Obasanjo. 1999. 2004, I left. How many presidents I served under? Protected, oh. This one not protected. You see? So these people, they have seen what the federal government is about to do. They are washing off, and I dare them. Let something happen to that man. The Igbo people, they don't run. They don't run, before when the rain is gathering. It is when the rain has beaten them, they are properly drenched by the rain, that they will be looking for umbrella or a cocoyam leaf like we normally use in the village, or this what do they call it, plantain leaves. Well, abreka. Ingwa people call it abreka leaf. We use to cover. That is the time you only use abreka leaves to begin to look for how to cover yourself. That is how Igbo people are. Like Dan Olasi said, Dan Olasi said, if you federal government consider it a threat, let it be a threat to them. Let nothing happen to that young man. Let nothing happen to that young man. Innocent man. You are releasing a terrorist, a kidnapper, Wadume. You are releasing a super cop that was a catalyst for drug trafficking and money laundering. You release them. But a man that said, I want to live with my people because I am unjustly treated in that Nigeria. You called him a terrorist with the help of his own people and some of the elders and elites. They push him out. Let the demons, let the vultures and vampires devour him while they enjoy their loot in the so-called zoological republic. Let nothing happen to that man. Let them leave him there in the hands of these people. Let them take Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. We have dashed them Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the God of our ancestors that protected our people from the beginning, that they worshipped. That Chukwu Okike Abiama is going to deliver Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, whether lawyer or no lawyer. Let them do whatever they want to do with him. I want them to wash their hands off, because you don't sit there where they are gathering to destroy an innocent person. Don't sit there. If you sit there, you are guilty of the same of the crime that was done on that innocent person. Let them put their hand. If it is the other one, that useless bleaching agent man, you could have collected the money, because that one also has collected part of the money and run away. If not, that the Biafran Republic government in exile.
Planner now. He is the Q planner plotter.
Yes.
Max, I beg you, if you go feed
he is not.
Max, if you go feed
let me just round up here.
We have just less than 10 minutes.
Thank you so much.
Go on.
That's okay. Thank you so much. And may God bless you for what you are doing. And the rest of you, the likes of you, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's case is in the hands of God, Chukwu Okike Abiama, not any individual anymore. And that same God that brought him out, will find a way to take him out of that very place with his shoulders high. So that is what I suggest. And for me, for those of you, the only thing that we owe Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not to allow his ideology, Biafra, to die. We must keep on praying and fighting and defending it anywhere we go to, whether pro or against. Defend it as if your life depends on it.
Yes, are you closing now?
Lives
yes.
Depends on the Biafra. Thank you so much, and may God bless you all. I rest here.
Well, thank you so much. Yes, just in 10 minutes time or less than 10 minutes time, we will be closing. We'll be here for 2.5 hours now. So what is sister?
Wow.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, my brother. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
What is sister? I beg, just take 3 minutes, okay?
Me, I don't know say you don't dare here since so. I beg.
Sorry.
I don't know. So then this now afternoon, not be night now. Where you go?
Don't worry. I will come back. Make I feed. Make we retreat small.
Because I just entered. I just saw it and I just entered. So I only listened to the last bit of the conversation with the lawyers. You see, that one, in short, I won't speak my better pidgin English where they sweet me for body. This one don't tell you, say, they take bribe even before Nnamdi Kanu was captured. Even before he was captured, neither don't they take bribe. And these people don't look and say, if this innocent man can die for Biafra, why can't they die for Biafra? And now they don't refuse to take money. That is just all, my brother. Then don't they think, how can only one man is willing and ready to pay for Biafra? The owners don't hear. When I want to, we say, which bribe? This man, they don't give him everything on this surface of the planet. He turned them down. He said, I love my people. And you lawyers, you are part of the people that is fighting for. Una be the part of the people when they fight for. So why can't you fight for him? Just like as his son, they fight for him. And I'm so happy. The little one I hear, the small one I hear, so it be like so they don't rise up. The spirit don't possess them. The dead spirit don't possess them. The spirit of Nnamdi Kanu don't possess them. The spirit of our dead ones don't possess them. And now they are speaking with their true mouth, with not before corner mouth again. They talk the truth thing now and nothing but the truth. So help them, Chuko Kikabiama. Now they did now. Mazi, you say you dey close now. So make I just stop. Make the spirit not catch me to I call the
No, I beg, make it never catch you. I
So make
beg.
I stop,
I
ma
beg.
stop.
I beg you. Massive Ford, I beg you. Just use 3 minutes.
Okay, my brother. Yes. The thing be said, I just come in, so I don't know much about the topic, but I just know say as usual, now the same things all over, just the same, you know.
Hold on. Just
Me,
hold on. Hold on. Catch the topic under 1 minute now. Just catch the topic.
The leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has yet again complained about their inability to hold a pre-trial conference with Nnamdi Kanu ahead of his trial before Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court Abuja due to the unprofessional resistance from the DSS. This time, the team led by Nnamdi Ejiofor says they will no longer defend Mr. Kanu if the court doesn't reinstate his bail or place him on house arrest. The Federal High Court is accused of not being independent, but working under the instructions of the federal government.
yes,
Organization.
This legal
man,
team is not going to be part of murdering justice in a Nigerian court over the head of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It does not mean we are going to abandon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but we will, as a group, as a team, abandon a process. We will refuse to be participants in a process that is geared to pre-program the injustice.
Nnamdi Kanu is detained by the federal government in breach of the orders of the court. The Supreme Court made an order and gave a direction and made a declaration that the continuous detention of Nnamdi Kanu or the purported revocation of his bail had no basis and no legal legs upon which it stands. So, if the Supreme Court of the land has said so.
Okay, Mass Ford. Okay.
my brother, you know, the thing is, when you see something like this going on, then you will come to the realization that truly Biafra has come. I am telling you the gospel truth. It's like a camel going through the eyes of a needle, but you know that with God, camel can go through the eyes of a needle. But in the eyes of man, it can be impossible. Now, Ejako is a guy I have always had the ultimate respect for because he understands the value of jurisprudence, not like the Chikwata Ikwano, Ejiofor, the other bleaching one, Ejiofor, all those zoo lawyers. Ejimako is a internationally trained solicitor, and he understands the value of his job. When push comes to shove, he will stand his ground, and he have the men now, they are standing on the value of judiciary, and they are ready. Like sister, I think I saw Sister Warren said something to that effect, that the spirit of Biafra has taken over the people. They are ready to put it all on the line, including their life. Because Nnamdi Kanu has laid down all. He tells Chukwuka Abiyama, I will pay the ultimate price, but I want Biafra. And he has said to him, go and see that you get it. And he's going to get it. Make no mistake about it. So the spirit has taken over so many people. And we are already, whatever it takes, we must do this. It don't matter, whatever it takes. People die for others to live. And Biafra is going to be exemplary of that effect. We can never, ever. Let me say this. If the world think that over 80 million people will accept to remain in captivity, if that is what UN thinks, if that is what OAU thinks, if that is what the British think, if that is what the world thinks, they have another thing coming. We will never remain in this captivity. What we are into is a typical case of kidnap. And I'll be able to explain it even further. And in many of my write-ups, I always let people know that what we have is a textbook definition of a kidnap, giving the formation, the creation of the country till this date. It has been a case of kidnap. I cannot emphasize it enough. It bogs my mind that people who call themselves educated or wise or whatever elite, they cannot see it for what it is. But there's no turning it around. It's a typical case of kidnap. You were forced into the country from the get-go, from the inception. You are forced into it, and in 1999 they modify it to make it even more prisonable, to make it even more of a kidnap, more of a capture. You force somebody into an entity, and you turn around, you expect the person to just accept it and just force unity upon me. How does that work? How does that work? You cannot force unity upon people. No, people have to be able to decide. We never asked for this. For over a century, kidnapped, until this day, remain a kidnap. So they have another thing coming. If that is what they think, that we will accept to remain in this captivity called Nigeria, no way. They can kill as many as they want, fine, but they can never finish all of us. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you so much. I must say, you've been of great help here today. Now you help me do the program. As a worry sister, not get the notification. Worry sister, what do you go do? Hit my bell icon for YouTube, so that if I come online, you go get the notification. And if you're watching me from YouTube, please try and hit the bell icon so that you'll be getting notification, because this YouTube now is the only YouTube I am using for now. For today, that's my YouTube. That's 247. So if you're watching me from Facebook, try and share the program from Facebook, and like as well. We must continue this afternoon by maybe between 3 p.m. Biafran time. We'll be live again. Plenty matter day.
Yes, Mazugo. Yeah, yes. Mazugo. But by the grace of God, when you come again, because I usually get notification, but I was just too busy, we'll be able to talk more, because there's need to emphasize this situation way more for people to know that this is a thing.
Yeah, well, of course, we are going to discuss this more on this. And by the grace of God, we will get more people to talk about it from their own periscope. We'll go see what they want to talk about it, because many things inside this video. Yeah.
Because, like I said, there's need to emphasize it for everybody. Let them come and tell us how they feel. Because, like I said, it's a textbook definition of kidnap and capture. This is what it is. Mazi Kanu was kidnapped, fine. But for us as a people, over 80 million people, and many other people too, it's a typical case of a kidnap from the beginning. And I can emphasize anybody who, let us debate it. You tell me how it's not a kidnap. If it's not a kidnap, then I don't know what kidnap is. You think that we can just sing a love song in a strange land? Who does that? You must be able to give the people the chance to decide, for once at least in their life. Let them decide if they want to continue or not. Because Britain, 2016, they just have a referendum, because the people say they want out of European Union. So why is because we black people cannot come. Anyway, so let me know. We will see again by the grace. Thank you, Brahmas, and everybody in the platform. I thank you all, and
thank you so much. What is sister? Thank you so much. Every Biafran, thank you very much. We will see later this afternoon. Bye for now.
Let's go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.